We're Seth and Natalia. We bought Windrose, a 38-foot 1977 Custom Ingrid Atkins sailboat in Hawaii. We're working hard to restore her in preparation to untie from this island and sail the world. We wanted less things, and we wanted more memories. So we traded traditional living in order to live tiny, untethered, and on top of this beautiful ocean. We are excited to share our journey with you so you can see our world alongside us. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, near and far. Today's project is one that I've been waiting for a while, pretty much since I learned that this was actually a thing that people do on their boats is when I have been waiting for this. So we are going to be doing the deck paint today. Will we finish? Probably not, but will we get a good head start and will it look fresh and clean? Yes, it will. I'm very excited. So I'm going to take you along on the journey to doing that today. Seth has been working on the tiller, which means that there has been sand, and he hand planed it, which means like little wood chips have been everywhere. So I vacuumed that up yesterday for preparation, but I need to really wash it today because obviously if you're doing the coat, you don't want to paint over sawdust or you're going to have bumpy. Actually, that would be homemade non-skid. But we will be doing non-skid too. I think we're going to be doing white deck paint and white non-skid. That way it's just really fresh, and then when we do the glossy coat for the boat, it'll be a lighter color and it'll just bring a lot of light and airiness to a boat that has a little bit more of like a heavy characteristic to it. Heavy theme. Does that make sense? It makes sense because it's an older boat, so I feel like it's just like this sturdy Viking boat that we're bringing a little bit of light and airy dreaminess to. Whatever.
Christmas is coming.
All right, so the boat is washed, and now I'm just gonna take. Where did my rags go? Oh, okay. I'm gonna take rags and I'm gonna clean and wipe just any extra dirt that may have just not got washed away because it's impossible to get it fully clean, wipe it, and then paint it. So we're going to be using the same paint that we used on the mast for like the white edging, and then obviously we'll get non-skid paint, which I will pick up tomorrow. Alright, so here is the status of our deck paint. So really worn, you can see there's also a ton of stains and marks. I started doing over here and you can see kind of how fresh the edging looks. So we're getting there. It's going to take a lot longer than I planned though, but I think it'll be great. Just really nice and fresh. And then when we get this and all these stains are covered up, it'll look so good.
Start sending your letters off to Santa. Christmas is coming, yeah. Better be nice if you want your present.
Good morning, happy Tuesday. It's day 2 of painting the deck. It is in need of its second coat. So I actually took the day off of work today. It's gonna rain later in the day, but I think I'm gonna be able to get a good window this morning where it's kind of cloudy with no rain. So I'm really crossing my fingers. I got kiwi grip in white. So we're gonna do white deck paint and then the white kiwi grip. So it'll be white on white. Will really lighten up the boat. So we're gonna go do round 2 today. It's looking really, really good, but it does look a little messy because the paint is on now, the non-skid, and until we get that done, it'll look a little messy, but always has to get worse before it gets better, but it looks really, really fresh. Here is part of the mess. I actually spilled a whole can of paint here, and then we had to like mop it up. But here is the new fresh paint, and then this will eventually be white. And this bell, you can see we took out the inside. It was really dirty. This white coating, all of like the tarnishing, it actually turned blue like the Statue of Liberty. So the Statue of Liberty is copper, but it turned blue because of the elements. So if you can see some of this, that was actually on the outside and we polished it. I wish we would have filmed us polishing it, but we actually put ketchup all over it because that's what we read on Google, and it really, really worked. So we're getting there. We have to do a lot more coats, but it's something else that I really want to do because the inside portholes are all going to be beautiful copper. We just need to get it back to its original state, and that's the definition of restoration. So let me show you kind of a difference of inside and the copper that we found. Alright, so this is an example of the copper. It's really dark and really needs some love. So this one actually had the same quality as the other one in terms of the darkness. You can kind of see up here. But we added vinegar to this alone yesterday, just apple cider vinegar, and it really, really lightened it up. So we need to continue polishing this. We're also gonna have to do the same thing with our porthole. It's kind of hard to see the lighting here, so I got my iPhone flashlight out, but you can kind of see how some of the copper right there where it rubs up against is really bright, and then the rest is tarnished. So we need to get this buffed up. Visually Christmas. Ba-dum-bum-bum. Jingle. It does not feel like Christmas in Hawaii. It is Christmas here. No, it's a Christmas season, and I love Christmas, but it just doesn't feel like Christmas. It's warm. Got the window, like the companionway open. The warmth is coming in. We got the AC still going, and it's just like does not feel like Christmas. But when it gets a little rainier, it does feel a little bit more Christmassy. Our my in-laws live in Colorado and my parents live in Buffalo, and it's snowy and it's cold and it's crisp and it feels and it looks like Christmas. And then you come here, feels like summer. Feels like summer. Alright, we got apple cider vinegar and an old rag, and I'm gonna start buffing. I think it's a good day to do this with the rain. I think this will be a good time. And we are gonna see if we can polish this bad boy to be a good boy. That doesn't make any sense, but we're gonna polish this bad boy. All right, a little bit of apple cider vinegar. I would just use like white distilled vinegar, but I didn't have that. And apple cider vinegar I have on hand. I also had white vinegar, but this is just what I have. Is it looking lighter? I feel like it's gonna be a lot of work. Alright, so I let the vinegar sit for a little bit, and I'm actually going to lighten up a tiny bit. Definitely lightened up some. I'm going to add ketchup on it though in a really thin coat and leave it. I'm just going to do one thing of ketchup at a time. I have a paper towel, Hunt's ketchup. I cannot believe this is a thing. It just feels so weird. And I'm going to do a really nice thin coat and one piece at a time, just because I really don't want bugs to come because I have everything covered in ketchup. So one at a time. Here, bug, 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 bug. This just feels so wrong. But okay, it worked on the bell. I'm sure it can work on this. Also, again, what do I know? That's just a hypothesis. So if you guys have any experience, you guys are always so helpful in the comment section. It's like so beneficial for us. It's just getting some tips and tricks. So if you guys have ever done anything with copper, let us know, because I would be interested to see what works for you. If you guys have tried ketchup or lemon or pickle juice. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know if pickle juice is a thing, but I'm just throwing things out there. At this point, all things are on the table. It smells like straight vinegar up in here. Smells like heavy apple cider vinegar and ketchup. It's not pleasant. Not pleasant at all. Alright, the sun is out. I'm starting on the second coat of deck paint. I am going to have to like dry it a little bit with a rag as I go because it's just very dew just from last night, but it's starting to look really good. I used to think that it was kind of weird when people would consider like boats and they'd say like, oh, that's a sexy boat. No, this boat is getting sexier as the time goes on. It is a sexy boat, and that's not a weird term to use for a boat because it's getting to be a sassy boat. Sexy boat. I'm also like the only one at this whole marina. I have been like jamming out, kind of rocking till the break of dawn, and nobody's here because there's like only like 6 or 7 authorized liveaboards here, and the other people during the day are they just don't come. A lot of people don't even come to the boat in general, which is so sad because you have a boat in Hawaii and you never come to it. I feel like, I don't know. So that's why I'm glad that we live on our boat, but it is nice because you can just rock out, film yourself, get your job done, listen to music, and nobody's here to watch you, which is glorious. I'm so excited. So I just refreshed the weather app and all the rain that was supposed to happen this afternoon is gone, which means that I have all day to paint. Yeah, so I'm gonna get painting and I'm just so excited because I was gonna have to stop / maybe not paint at all, but now that it's gone I can paint all day. Took the day off of work to do this, so that is really clutch. Woohoo! Okay, let's go. Alright, not gonna lie, I forgot about these. I just listening to some music, painting the deck, and I came back in and I was like, oh my goodness, I forgot about these. But what's cool is the ketchup is no longer red. You can kind of see, I'll show you up close. It's brown and it's like absorbed the blue copper stuff. Here, take a look. So you can see here, it's like a brown green color. I think it's crazy. So let's wipe this off. It's looking a lot lighter compared to earlier. Oh, I should have done this too. Oopsie. It's alright, one thing at a time. Ooh, wow. Okay, now I gotta really buff that out with vinegar. It's like green. Alright, you can see the copper here. It's still dark up here. I'm gonna have to do another layer and it's very splotchy because it needs to just soak more on those darker spots. But down here, it took like all of the darkness away. So that's pretty incredible. Alright, so we are actually using Rust-Oleum's Marine Topside paint. Now this is actually a really inexpensive paint. Since we live in Hawaii, paint cannot be shipped here. Like you can't order it online, you can't order it on Amazon. I don't even actually believe you can order it on West Marine because it has to get shipped here and it's flammable. So what you find is paint here for Marine is so expensive. So they hike up the prices and it's really expensive. So what we found is Rust-Oleum's Marine Coating Topside paint. This is actually $23 a quart. So it ends up being about maybe like $90 a gallon. Whereas you can actually find at West Marine, some paint for topside is close to $500–600 a gallon. So we find that that works. It's been really great. It's been a great paint. We have so many of these because it's affordable. And honestly, it's paint. We're gonna have to paint again eventually. So it's gonna get nicked up, so we might as well just do it more frequently with this paint. It's still a high quality paint, but it's not $500. This is my detail brush. Gets in all the cracks and crevices. Michael's Craft Store. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you haven't already subscribed, make sure you subscribe so that you can catch our video next week. See ya!